Today we're on the property of Six Flags Great Adventure, checking out one of the most popular water parks on the East Coast. It's Hurricane Harbor, New Jersey. This is Ranger, the self-appointed water parks correspondent for In the Loop. Great Adventure is known as one of the top roller coaster parks in the US, and admission to Hurricane Harbor is included with certain higher level passes and memberships from Six Flags. The parks are far enough apart that walking between them is inadvisable, but there is a shuttle that runs between the parks every 20 minutes or so. Hurricane Harbor isn't mega-sized, but it is a large-scale water park. The entryway sets the tone for the island atmosphere. Theming isn't top tier, but this is far from the worst I've seen at a Hurricane Harbor park. The park is laid out brilliantly, and this central island contains virtually all of the food and retail locations. The lazy river runs all the way around this area and is one of the longest I've ever seen. It's called Talk It Easy Creek and has several splash features to spice things up. It also has multiple entry points and can be used as a transportation to ride to get from slide to slide. Speaking of which, let's take a lap around the outside of the park to review the water slide collection. We'll start with Big Wave Racer, which is a 6-lane mat racer slide. This one has a different layout than the typical off-the-shelf model in that this one has a twisting section at the top and one drop at the bottom. This one is missing a helix though, which is a staple of some of the newer mat slides. Next up is Reef Runner and Big Bamboo. Reef Runner is a family-style raft slide that meanders through the trees. It's not intense, but can offer some nice splashes while traversing some of the turns. Big Bamboo uses the same multi-person rafts and is considerably more thrilling. The opening turn is completely enclosed and connects to this double drop. The second dive can lead to some pretty massive air, but you need a good bit of weight on your raft to get it. Hurricane Mountain next door is a 52-foot complex featuring 6 slides. The 2 inside slides are unique toboggan-style slides, which I can't remember ever seeing at a water park before. They feel like they drift a little bit around the corners, which is a unique sensation. They end with a speedy drop into the pool, but neither is as speedy as the orange and blue slides next to them. These 2 are reserved for single inner tubes. The outermost slides are fully enclosed and are for single or double tubes. This complex is above average but not outstanding. The next set of slides has the names Bada Bing, Bada Bang, and Bada Boom. This is another set of inner tube slides and is the same height as the complex that you just saw. These ones are fully enclosed and have some thrilling twists and dives in the dark. These were my favorite of the tube slides in the park. Tornado slides can be found at most Hurricane Harbor parks, and this New Jersey park sports one too. When riding, it's easy to see why so many of them were built, and this one is one of the most popular rides at the park. A helix at the top sets up this large drop into the funnel. These rafts like to rotate too, so you won't know which of your friends will be going down the drop backward. Each ride is good for a few ascents up the side before settling in and out the bottom. The most thrilling set of slides is the Falls, a trio of 65-foot tall body slides. The 2 outside slides are pitch dark, pretty smooth, and crazy fast. The rotation switches about 2/3 of the way down, and it's easy to get slammed into the side of the slide when it does. Some might not like it, but there's no arguing it's intense. The middle slide is a steep single drop and claims the title of fastest slide in the park. When riding, there was one really rough seam that scraped my back up pretty badly. It did feel like it was just one spot, so maybe Six Flags can fix this one. In the back section of the park, we find most of the family attractions. The way the park is laid out, they are pretty close to the central hub though. This is Calypso Springs, which is a 3.5-foot deep wading pool with a little bit of theming. The wave pool at Hurricane Harbor is called Blue Lagoon. It's very large and offers varying depths for swimmers of all abilities. The ship sitting right behind it is a nice touch. The park has a massive water playground area and it's called Discovery Bay. The giant water tipping bucket isn't working, but there's plenty to climb on and lots of water features. There's a good selection of small body slides too, but these are reserved for kids between 42 and 54 inches tall. The last attraction is a slide complex called The Winds, which is another set of inner tube slides that are right around 50 feet tall. These four are all partially enclosed and are very similar to the other sets of inner tube slides. Looking at the map briefly, you can see the layout of the lazy river and all the slides. You can see numbers 12, 13, and 14 are all sets of slides that are to be built for 2023. This area will feature several modern kid slides and a water playground. These shots are from Soaky Mountain Water Park in Tennessee and pretty closely resemble what Hurricane Harbor is doing here. But the construction on these sites hasn't even started yet as of Memorial Day 2023. To me, this is unacceptable considering how long they get to work on this in the off-season, and I'm wondering if they will open these at all this summer. I try to save my criticisms for the end of this video, but I'm somewhat underwhelmed by this park. It has a large footprint and a bunch of slides, but they mostly all feel the same. They have most of the major types of slides, but nothing feels unique. I appreciate that all the major slides were running on my visit, but the park was extremely crowded for a visit in May. The lazy river is useful and well laid out, but it doesn't have enough inner tubes to accommodate demand. Every reason the park is great can be countered with a valid criticism of equal weight. There used to be a slide here called King Cobra, which I heard was the best slide before it closed in 2017, presumably for safety concerns. Overall, the lack of body slides, a water coaster, and even modern tube slides prevent Hurricane Harbor from being a top-tier US water park. But this is far from a bad water park. It takes almost an entire day to ride all the slides. The park is well laid out, well maintained, and has a nice collection of attractions for the younger set. It's not Schlitterbahn, but it's a strong regional water park, and the locals seem to be more than happy to come out. But that's all for today. Hit the subscribe button to see all our great amusement park and water park content from around the country. I'll see you in the next one. This is Ranger signing off.